Well, let's go for another run. So at some point I will start randomizing them, but for now there is still some new stuff that I haven't tried yet. For example, those new champions for at least first 2 clans. But also I do want to replay a Stygian Guard, because I've never won a Stygian Guard yet, so I might as well just do that. And maybe I would like to ally myself with Wurmkin as well, to get them to level 5. The idea is that this champion thing unlocks at level 5, so maybe if I have a successful run like that, that would be enough to unlock the champion as well, and that would be fun. So it will be this setup, Stygian Guard plus Wurmkin, and also there will be a Covenant rank 3, obviously. Major battles now have additional enemies. Well, let's go and see how it goes. This time, the lesson learned that I shouldn't rely too much on my champion. Like, it is good, but I shouldn't, like, build my deck around it, because I can't really keep it alive that well. Talos and Arcus. Okay, I think I remember this one. Attacks every turn and pushes attacked units back. Okay, I think I remember this one as well. I also got some random starting cards. Energy Siphon applies spell weakness 1 to an enemy unit. Cost 0, okay. Proclamation attuned, extract 2. Deal 50 damage to the front enemy unit. Right, I am playing as Wurmkin as well, so I will have some echoes, things happening. And then Frenzied Swarm, apply Dazed 1 to enemy units. Discard your hand. Okay then, okay. So Proclamation I'm not so sure about. I think I would probably end up just getting rid of it at some point. It would probably be too difficult to play in a non-echo deck, most likely. So what do we have as a champion? On strike, applies Frostbite 10 to the attacked unit. And Frostbite is unit takes 1 damage per stack at the end of turn. Okay. Or Sweep, and on strike, applies Spell Weakness 1 to the attacked unit, which basically doubles the effectiveness of spells. And it has a sweep as well. The question is, how do I stop it from dying? With Wurmkin specifically, can I even do that? I can't like apply armor really. I don't know. I'm not even sure if it matters that much. I mean, let's try to build a somewhat spell-centric deck again, but be a bit more careful about it though. Well, I don't know. I don't see that much of a difference. Can I like back away? Do I have to choose something? Yeah, it seems like it. I don't see any buttons. So, okay, fine. Let's go with Sweep and applying Spell Weakness. Sure. Let's see the artifact though. Maybe I should have gone for that first. Cleansing Water. 50% chance to remove all buff effects on an enemy unit when it enters your train. Or just get +5 to all friendly units. +5 attack. 50% chance to remove like... To remove what? Maybe it's much more strong on higher ascendancies, but for now, I'm not even sure, like, are there really a lot of buff effects? Those optional challenges that I turn on, I assume they will be considered buff effects, but I don't know, man. I'll just get, like, +5 attack. It's generally just good. Get the money, and let's go. What do we have, by the way? What do we have? So, Fractures, Frozen Lances... Yeah, and normal stuff. Okay, I get it. Let's go. So if I want to give +4 to them, I'll get another unit draft. That actually might result into more damage to the pyre, but might as well. Should be doable. So can apply Spell Weakness, and then what? Can apply Dazed even. So Dazed would force them to skip their turn. Okay, let's actually use Titan's Bane. our champion, then Steward to protect it, then Spell Weakness, then Frozen Lens, and then just Dazed. That actually is enough to kill the healer and deal like decent damage to the apprentice, something like this. Okay. Now the problem is I do need to kill it, so... Well, the Steward is dead. Can't really do much about that, I think. Okay. Well then. I will apply Fracture, I think, to this guy. Well, it's dead anyway, no point, actually. No point. When Rip triggers, actually, when does it trigger? Unit takes 1 damage per stack of echoes after combat ends. So I can apply it to the Collector. If I apply it there, it's just 2 damage. That's not enough, so I'll need to use Frozen Lance regardless. And I'll need to do 1 Train Steward on this floor regardless as well, I feel like, to kill the Collector. And then, like, Fracture doesn't even do anything, so I should just play another Train Steward instead. Okay, something like this. And then 1 more Train Steward, actually. And, oh. If I want to make a proclamation at some point, I would need to infuse 1 more Echo there. But then again, I might as well just do Fracture, Siphon, and like... I can do Proclamation, it will just kill it. It's actually not necessary because Frozen Lens is enough. Okay, and I will just hold on that for now. Skip. So Fracture. That's 1. Then the idea is I can actually Proclamation. Oh, it's only to the front enemy unit though. Well, I still need to do that, obviously. And then Dazed. And let's go. That actually is enough to kill the boss immediately. No damage to the Pyre even. That's good. So this deck currently doesn't really have a win condition. I can't rely on my champion, as I've learned, right? Because it just dies too quickly. And I can't even buff it because I'm not like Hellhorned or something. I don't really have armor, spells. So yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. Mollusk Mage, plus 10 magic power on this floor. That is decent. I do have some spells, yes. I can make it unkillable potentially at some point. What about Essence? Oh. Oh wow, that's incredible. Plus a lot of stats and plus 10 magic on this floor. If you sacrifice it. Wow. That's actually insane. That's insane. I like that. What is this, by the way? So Flash Freeze, Infused, deal 3 damage, and apply Frostbite 8. Decent against bosses, but only if the fights last long enough. Otherwise, it's just 3 damage, and then the enemy starts taking damage after every floor. But like, I can't allow them to survive that long. If they survive that long, that means they are dealing damage all the time, and I just don't have enough HP to survive that. I cannot really rely on Frostbite with this combo at least. It's either Crystallis or it's Mollusk Mage. Mollusk Mage is fun. Okay, I might sacrifice it even, so okay, I like that. Bogfly, not happening most likely, but what about Essences? No, not happening. It's, I'm not stacking Echoes most likely. Well, still might happen, but unlikely. Echo Infusion, extract 1 and apply plus 10 HP. That would be one way to keep my champion alive, but I still cannot rely on it though. I'm definitely not picking this, so it's either Echo Infusion or it's a skip. Is Echo Infusion good enough? I don't think so. I don't have any infused synergy. Well, actually, that's not true. all of my starting frozen lances are infused. Oh. Okay. Okay, you know what? Maybe that is good enough. And if I can buff spell power further, like if I can get apply plus 20 health, for example, on this spell, if it's affected by the spell power, what if it's like affected by my Mollusk Mage? That could be really good. Okay, okay, I'm in. I'm in. And yes, some spell synergy is happening. What is this? When played, gain plus 10 and +1 floor capacity per echo. Probably not. It's either Saurian of the Sea or it's God of the Unnamed. So this is infused as well, which actually does make it better. It is a small buff to it. And yeah, I think so. It's like a bit less HP overall, but it's infused. So maybe, yeah. Maybe. Something like this. So what do we have? Alright, spells, left units. I don't know. Also, it's either a Stygian unit or a Wurmkin unit. I think Stygian units are generally better for my deck because Wurmkin units rely on the Echo Synergy. And I don't have that much. Well, I have some decent Echoes, actually. Like, I just had a run with Wurmkins, right? What did they have that would be that good? Like, it's mostly champions. And I don't have a champion of Wurmkin. I know. Oh. I can actually see the further path? Interesting. Ooh, didn't know that. Okay. I think it's right, regardless. Yeah, I think I'm going right. It's Stygian is generally better. And like, I could either upgrade units or spells. Either is fine. So, I don't mind it. Get a unit. This is good. Guard is good. Also good for sacrifice, by the way. And Isis Sulfite. Infused Sweep. On strike, applies weakness 1 to the attacked unit. And attacks all of them, obviously. Yeah, but I already have a champion that does a similar thing, and I do want some tanking. What about essences? Plus 10 HP and action. Apply spell weakness 1 to enemy units. What is action? Triggers at the start of this unit's turn. I don't know, I feel like I would rather have a tank that I can maybe sacrifice and maybe like transfer. Like look, they are both pretty weak tanks overall, like this Siren and this Guard are pretty weak by themselves. But if I can like sacrifice, for example, Guard onto the Siren, then I would have decent HP amount. And then like on incant, on casting spells, I would get a lot of stuff. So that would actually make it good enough. If I can do something like that. That would be maybe a plan. So let's say I choose magic power there. Okay? Can I buff my... No, I cannot buff this thing. So it's not affected. Well, I might as well just buff Frozen Lance. It's not like I can really make it much better if I'm not doing that. Yeah, buffing Proclamation is relevant. It's a lot of damage. I probably should. What else is there? Emberstone. Okay. What is this? Upgrade a spell to remove consume and cost +1. I don't have anything. So, okay. It's pretty simple. It's both of those, and then it's a reroll. So let's do that. First of all, I would like to probably make Frozen Lance cheaper. That would make sense. It's either Frozen Lance. I also could go for Frenzied Swarm. What if I make it cheaper and then find a thing that allows it to be replayed every turn? Can I just disable some of the units permanently? That's one way to make my units survive. I don't know. Well, anyway, make the Frozen Lance cheaper. Right? I assume Frozen Lance is better than Fracture. They are both infused anyway. And like, Reap 2... I guess... But like, is it even that good? Also, I have some spell... I have some magic power and... well, yes, but magic power I think should be stacked on Proclamation instead. Because that's a lot of damage, potentially. Yeah, I feel like that should be the case. That is actually my plan B. Maybe even plan A, in fact. We'll see how it goes. So, reroll, reroll. What is double stack? Status effects are doubled. Well then. Well. Well then. I think something like this should be happening, yes. This is like dazes them for 2 turns. This is very unnecessary. That's Reap 4. 20 magic power and consume, so you cannot replay it anymore. I don't even mind it that much, honestly. I'll not be able to replay my Proclamation, but like, it's so much damage though. I don't know. Maybe instead, I definitely should reduce the spell cost. But double stack should also happen, right? So I think, okay. It's either spell weakness. It basically gives me plus 50% for my damage spells, if I do this. But it's only for 1 cast, right? Yeah, I think it's, judging by the wording of it, it's only for 1 cast. It's pretty costly as well, but it is decent, so let's do that. Let's do that. And then also let's reduce that cost again, so that I can actually do some combos with it. And I could upgrade the spell power for Proclamation. I feel like the main problem would not be front units at this point. I have a lot of like Frozen Land stuff that could be buffed with magic power. And 1 Proclamation that is buffed already. So it's not like about frontline units necessarily. But then, if I want to get rid of it anyway, maybe I should do this buff. Then I can just play it and get rid of it as soon as possible. That would be one way to do it. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's actually upgrade it like this. And then I can, like, disable or get rid of 1 of the cards. Not even sure what that would be, though. Steward, probably. Yeah, probably just Steward, honestly. I shouldn't do that. I don't think it should affect my chances at all in the next fight. And I can always do that after it, you know? If I need to, after this fight, then I'll get to some merchant or... eventually it will happen, you know? Eventually it will happen. And then we'll get to do it. So, spikes. So what are you doing? Oh, so you just buff spikes even further. I see. Well, I can fracture, potentially kill this thing, and then just start working on the protector. I don't have a lot of infusions at the moment. The problem is, even if I try to deal more damage to the protector, I can't really... He'll just do a lot of damage to my champion just because of spikes. I think here's the play. I think it's fracture. This unit dies. And then we just set up for the 2nd floor instead. So something like this. It's either a wait for the siren. It's either the siren that should be in this place, and then the steward would be there. Or instead I go for the steward on this place immediately. I think I will wait for the siren. So something like this. And just skip. Okay then. So... Proclamation. I can actually play it. So, definitely Siren. That's kind of the whole point. And now this thing dies. Yeah, it just dies from my champion's attack, for sure. I can kill it with Proclamation. I probably should. It's a lot of spike damage, so yeah, I think so. Let's reap this thing, fracture this thing. I will Proclamation... Right, because I need to play Frozen Lands first to have enough echoes. And then Proclamation. And then we don't really receive any more damage. And this support guy also dies, something like this. Okay. Well. I don't know. I don't really like to deal with those spikes. I'll try to delay the boss if possible. There will be a boss there. I'll try to delay him. And then, I mean, there was no reason not to use this thing. And then maybe double Frozen Lens. Yeah, I guess so. Get 2 more echoes, maybe I will be able to play the thing. Another one of those damaging spells on the 2nd floor. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Train Steward there. I mean, I will kill it. There is no real reason not to play this thing, right? It's a bit of a waste, yes. But what can you do? And then Energy Siphon there. And also get my Mollusk Mage on the 3rd floor. Okay then. Okay, I do have a Proclamation, so it just dies pretty much. Can also Energy Siphon it. And just Proclamation it. Okay, well. That's over. Some money, some packs. Let's go. No. I think not. Probably not. Ooh, another Mollusk Mage. Titan's Gratitude. Attuned. So multiplies the effects of magic power. And then deal 25 damage to the front enemy unit. Discard a card. Probably not. I already have a thing that deals damage to the front enemy unit. A lot of them, in fact. So I actually will go for another Mollusk Mage. That sounds okay. Echo Snare. Consume. Apply Reap 2 to enemy units. No. If it's not infused, no. But also like Echo Infusion. Another one. Can I even play it well? If I can't buff it with spell power. I don't think so, actually. I think it's just a skip, honestly. Just give me the gold. Duplicate and Stygian or Magic Forge and HP that I cannot really even use. Duplicate what? Oh. If I can actually... Oh, I can sacrifice things. No, it's left. It's left. It's left for sure. Here's the idea. So, first of all... Oh, let me see the Divine Temple. Yeah, so I can sacrifice. I can do a -2 cost. And intrinsic. So, first of all, let me see the units. Il Gorgon. Infused. Incant. Gain multi-strike 1. Resolve. Removal status effects. So, when you play a spell, does it mean that for each spell it gains an additional strike? Is that the idea? And then, like, after the fight, it just loses all of the strikes. What is it about Essence? Multi-strike 1 and +1 mana. This is tough, actually. Multi-strike is potentially really good if I can get it on one of my... Here's the thing. I planned originally on this floor to sacrifice one of my... Well, probably like this guard onto the Siren. That would be the idea, something like this. And then just clone the Siren. And I would have 2 Sirens that are infused with a lot of buffs. That is actually like, that could be decent. But I could go for something else instead. I could go potentially for... What if I just use Il Gorgon as is? Just as is. No sacrifices, I'll just use it. Normally. That is actually, that might be decent. Okay, let's try it, let's see how it goes. I can dig it. So, what about caverns? What is this? A pillar of light spews strange fragments into the air, making the way ahead dangerous. The bone shaker grinds to a halt on its own, perhaps recognizing the odd power emanating from the pillar. The air is stale, imperceptible even, no longer stinging with the outer chill, but also devoid of life entirely. You feel the urge to hold your hand to the light, unsure of what may occur, but something in the back of your mind urges caution. Oh, but the light does beckon, and do you listen? I feel it calling. Infuse Nexus Spike with the essence of 2 spells. What does that do? Oh. Nexus Spike. Consume does not affect bosses. What? Infuse it with the essence of 2 spells. So it's 2 spells for, like, in one. And it's consumed when you play it. Is that the idea? Something is not right. Purge a spell. Create 3 copies with Unhinged Power. Unhinged Power is an upgrade. Purge. Reduce to 0 cost and apply Purge. So instead of a spell, you get 3 copies of it with 0 cost and that are played only once and then they removed from the deck entirely. Well, this option is pretty much just card removal, right? So I can just remove something forever, for free. But it has to be a spell. Or I can just infuse this thing with 2 spells to play 2 of them at the same time. That seems unnecessary. I think I'll just get rid of Fracture, honestly. Yeah, let's actually do Unhinged Power, and let's use it on Fracture, I think. Yeah, something like this. Some part of your subconscious wheels you away from the light. It is powerful but unknown. Tossing some of your own power into the pillar fragments it into smaller pieces, imbuing each one with some of the light within. So the next would be Divine Temple. I can get Intrinsic onto something. I don't know if I want to. Is there like anything that would be relevant? I don't know, I don't think so. I can get some cheap spell with me to be able to play with my incant creatures, but I don't know, man. Let's do sacrifices anyway. So the idea was to sacrifice this guard, add it to the Siren, okay? That's the idea, and then it would serve as a tank, pretty much. Because that's a lot of armor and HP that it can gain on Incant now. And that actually might make it much more survivable. Also, like, Mollusk Mage is also decent. But yeah, but yes, but I do need to clone something, that's the idea. And right now I can get 2 tanks. 2 good tanks if I just clone them. And tanks might be a problem for this deck, because I don't have Awoken. Like, Awoken have very sturdy units, but I don't have them. I don't have a Hellhorned, and they have some armor, spells, and I don't have them. So, like, how do I tank? At least if I do this, and then I clone this, at least then I would be able to, well, to not have that issue anymore. So yeah, I think this will be the plan, and eventually I'll do something about Mollusk Mages as well, yes. But for now, though, let's do that. And also can cheapen some spells. I mean, probably I shouldn't, like, I shouldn't go... It doesn't matter enough for my spells currently. And I probably should try not to get threat level too high too quickly. Because I'll get 200. 200, like, 200 I will get at some point. There is no reason to get it too early, though. It will just make fights... I'll just lose more, well, HP on average, and you know, Might even lose at some point. So I will dupe my tank. That was the whole idea. And let's continue. Right, and there is Talos. And I can't really even turn any additional optional benefits, so let's go. So the bad news about it is that I cannot really protect my units that well, since they'll just be pushed back constantly. How can I make my champion survive at all? It's a good question. I don't have enough infused at the moment, so I cannot play Proclamation. I can play a Siren, but it doesn't really do that much yet. In fact, I don't see much of a reason to play anything, which is very unfortunate. No, I should play my champion. At least kill all of those smaller things. So something like this. At least those things will die. And then I can still play like Energy Siphon or something. Right? And yes, so I will play that. Just to get infusion. Primarily. And then in fact, at some point at least, I would like to play this Train Steward, but maybe not right now. The idea would be to get a hit from Talos to prevent my Siren from moving back, right? That would be the idea. But right now it's not really needed, so just skip. I assume Talos will move up, and then we'll see. We'll see. No reason to do anything right now though, so yeah. No, it moves down. That's bad. I can play another Siren potentially, and then I'll have 2 tanks on this floor, which is a bit of an overkill, but it might be okay anyway. Yeah, maybe. So I think Siren should be played. I think this guy I can kill at any point with Frozen Lance. Maybe I will kill him right now, but there is no real reason to. Well, let's start with the Siren. I think this will happen. I think this is happening, so that I can start using my spells. Actually, I will use Frenzied Swarm, so this guy will be dazed, and that's not that big of an issue anymore. Can actually use Fracture. All of those will die as well, so it's not a problem. Fracture. Then we use Frozen Lance on this floor to kill the single enemy and just apply Dazed. And that's about it. So they're all dead. Oh, it affects the boss. It affects the boss. Interesting. Didn't expect to see that actually. Okay. Alright, so Echo Infusion is really good. I will use that. And just random Frozen Lance. Yeah, so Frontliner gets... No. It should be the champion. Yes. It should be the champion that gets Infusion. Then Fractures. This one, for example. And probably Proclamation as well. I think Proclamation is good enough to make sure they're dead. And also just to cast some more spells, you know, because I do get some bonuses from casting spells. So it makes sense. Have some Mollusk Mages. Talos should go to the first floor, if I understand correctly, next. But is it necessarily the case? I don't know. I can like start playing those Mollusk Mages just to prepare myself. Yeah, I guess I will like play one Mollusk Mage and just protect it with a Steward. And play one Fracture. On this guy, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I suppose so. Okay. More Mollusk Mages. He'll just die if I play it there. That's unfortunate. So what is happening? What is happening? Can I kill this thing? No. No, I can't kill this thing, but I can cast a lot of spells. And that is decent. So maybe just Fracture. Fracture. Siphon the... Siphon who? I guess just the boss. Is there any reason to siphon anyone else? I don't think so. And just do the Frozen Lance, might as well. They all die. My Siren will be pushed to the back, which is fine. It's fine. It's not a problem. And I'll actually play another Mollusk Mage there while I can. Something like this. Okay, final wave. Well, I do have a Proclamation, so this thing goes away. Let's start with that, in fact. Yes, well, actually, as long as I just cast this, the boss is dead. That's it. So, can we deal with this thing? Yes, we can. So, pretty much, it just dies on turn 1. So, this is fine. Then all I really need to do is just add more spell weakness. Just cast more spells. And that's about it. We just win. So it loses the ability to push my units back when it's in a relentless mode. I didn't expect that, actually. I thought it would be like keeping, pushing them back, but no. Okay. Okay then. Spike of the Stygian, infused consume, apply 1x sap and 5x frostbite. Just minus sap is minus 2 attack per stack. Decreases every turn. Probably not. What is this? Oh, it's about those eggs and accelerating their growth. Probably not as well. Deep Offering is okay if I can use... Yeah, that's actually really good potentially. If I can get some minus spell costs, that could be good. I do like that. There are some really good stuff. I do want to spam spells with this deck so far. So this helps me to do that. I just need to reduce the cost somehow. Okay. No. No. And probably no. It is infused. Stats are okay, but it's not that relevant later on. And it costs so much. I just don't think I'll be able to play it realistically. I think it's a skip. I don't like them. With this deck at least. Actually, the Carapace is not bad, technically. Potentially, if I stack some Echoes and then I play it later, I can get like 65, 60. That hogs the whole floor by itself. Is it even good? Not really, no. Not really. I can also sacrifice it potentially. Summon +10, +10. On like a Gorgon, for example. That is honestly decent-ish by itself, so maybe. Yeah, but it's not much better than just Stewards, for example. It's +5, +15 from Stewards. And it's like basically the same thing. Yeah, I think it's a skip. Long story short. This is rough. I won't draw. I don't want floor capacity, I think. It's either a draw or it's mana costs. But I have enough mana for now. I think I just want to draw. I just want to play more spells, that's the idea. Left. Wurmkin, Forge units, gold. Right. Card removal, Pyro HP, and Artifact. I think it's right. They are both like, eh? Yeah, I don't really care that much about either of them. But then again, forging units is really good. I do want some upgrades, that's for sure. And also we get an artifact from the Divine Horde. This is a good question, I'm not sure. So it's either artifact and some card removal, or it's just forging units. My units are okay, but I would like to forge them a little bit later. But maybe it's okay to just skip it for now. What, just go for an artifact? That's not good enough. No, I'm going left. I'm going left, screw it. So, get an artifact first. Let's get the gold. Let's actually upgrade... No, let's get an artifact first. And then we'll see. When played, your champion gains plus 50% attack. I don't think so. When a card with consume is played, restore 5 fire health. Do I have a lot of them? I have Deep Offering. I have Proclamation. And that's it. But I can pick more of them. That is very strong by itself, so maybe. Or, Notice Stone. When a card with Consume is played, all cards gain +1 magic power for the rest of this battle. Well, there will be some Consume synergy then, because I'm picking one of those. I don't know if I want like a little bit more magic power. This deck so far is not about magic power, it's about spamming spells. So, I think this is better overall. Because it will actually allow me to keep my pyre at full HP all the time, pretty much. Yeah, I'll just pick that. I don't know about magic power, it doesn't really even do that much. My proclamations are strong enough as is. I don't know if I need to make them stronger. It's more exciting though. Okay, let's do magic power, sure. I'm not sure if it's better, probably not, but whatever. So, what can I do in terms of upgrades? If I do another upgrade for the same variety that I did before, it would be Spell Weakness 2 instead. Or I could do -1 cost for damage spells on this floor. It's tough to say. I don't really have a lot of damage spells. Potentially it could be good, but I don't have a lot of them. That's the issue. But like applying weakness, Spell Weakness 2 seems just very underwhelming. Like if I choose between either of those, I think Conduit is better. It's not that it's particularly strong, but it is better though. Like I don't really care about Spell Weakness 2 and I already get the sweep from it. Like I can't get another sweep, so... Yeah, I think right one is better. And then what? Wurmkin unit? No. Shard Soul Carver. So, when you gain echoes, you get attack and armor too. I'm not really getting that many echoes. I don't think so. I think this is a skip. No, it's not really what my deck is doing. Okay, so what can we do with the upgrades though? Ooh. Ooh. Runestone is interesting. Heartstone on what? On Siren. Man, I can get 2 upgrades on them. I feel like this is just so good on the Siren. I can get, in total, I can get 4 armor and 2 HP from each spell cast. That is incredible. And also just get HP on another Siren as well, so that it can tank a bit more initially. Maybe. Quick, I don't really care about. I think I should just skip Quick. I might have used it like on my champion, if I had an option like that, but I can't really upgrade my champion, so yeah, I think I'm just skipping it then. Okay, so let's just buff some Sirens, okay? This Siren, it will just help me to survive a bit better, and then another Siren gets incant instead, something like this. And reroll, I don't care about Quick. Okay. Armor. Multi-strike. Multi-strike for Siren with Incant. And just buff the hell out of it. Okay. Well, that's one way to win, yes. And then another Siren will just be strictly tanking. And that's the whole point of it. Why is it not eligible, by the way? It gains multi-strike 1, but on Incant though. Maybe it's because of remove all status effects thing. Not sure. Well, I do think this is good. Actually, multi-strike is good. On the Siren that I will keep buffing. Yes. And then I might as well just get armor. As well on this Siren. Just keep buffing that as well. Like that's plan B. If I need it. And then plus 10 damage. On Gargon is pretty good. Pretty good. The problem is though, I will need to get some HP somehow. Maybe like sacrifice Train Steward onto it or something. Like it's just not strong enough right now. But it is a good buff. I think I will do it. I'm just not so sure about like it surviving that well. But maybe I'll play it when the boss time comes. That is relevant. And let's actually start like getting rid of some Train Stewards, I think. Because I can play spells. Spells are fine, but Train Stewards are not so fine anymore. At least one of them should go away for sure. I'm not sure about the second one. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. This is actually kind of okay. I don't really need to remove anything. I can always do that later. The thing with this game, compared to, let's say, Slay the Spire, is that you can do unlimited purge cards. Like in Slay the Spy, you kind of have to do one at a time. There you can do unlimited amount of them. So there is no real reason to use this option every time. I can just do them later. If I don't think it impacts negatively my chances of victory, and I don't think it does right now. So, you know, there is no real reason to do it then. Let's just proceed. Is that it? Yeah, let's go. Clip Tormentors. Non-boss enemy units get +6 attack. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Can we survive? Oh, there is my Siren. What do? Apply SEP 4 to the attacked unit. Well, that's unpleasant, but we'll deal with that. And can we kill them or something? Well, I can energy siphon them. I can cast some spells. So let's actually use my champion, my Siren. Oh, that's the tanking Siren. I thought it was a different Siren. Well, it doesn't matter. So do fracture. I can't really get this Absolver, I think. Well, maybe if I Deep Offering. No, even if I'm Deep Offering it, it doesn't really kill it. Well, let's energy siphon the frontliner. Like, if I'm fracturing this thing, it doesn't die. Or does it? What does Rip do? Unit takes 1 damage per stack of echoes after combat ends. So 2 damage per stack of echoes overall. Yeah, but I can't get enough echoes there. No, I can. I have 2 infused cards. I'll just have to forgo playing Deep Offering on this turn. But I can get 3 echoes, so it will die, in fact. So do Reap. And then do, well, Energy Siphon on the frontliner. And then Frozen Lens. And it's enough echoes to kill the Absolver eventually. And, well, deal as much damage as we can. Something like this. Good. Okay. Okay, then. What do we have? Proclamation will need to be played there for sure. In fact, I'm so sure that I probably just should play it immediately. Probably should just play it. So, Siren will go there, I think. I'll kill this thing. I need to kill it with something at some point anyway, right? So it will need to happen. And then just Proclamation, and I probably will end with Frenzied Swarm to protect my units. So something like Proclamation, Frozen Lance, Frenzied Swarm. Maybe I should have killed it with something else. Well, regardless, I do need like a Mollusk Mage or something on this floor. Like one of them at least, to kill the Collector. And then let's just use spells. So Proclamation happens. Frozen Lance happens. Just get some buffs from it. And get the Frenzied Swarm in as well. Okay. Like this. And kill all of them. Oh, that's another Proclamation. So, can I, like, do something? Well, I don't need to do something. I can just use Proclamation and that's it. They don't have any spikes and stuff like that, so I can just play my Ilgargon, in fact. And just hope it doesn't die randomly from some, like, I don't know. From some spikes later, or sweep, or something like that. Well, I'll need to play it eventually anyway somewhere, so might as well. Just do that. I will play Proclamation. Do I need to play anything else before that? I should actually play Echo Infusion for sure. It's either Gargon or Champion. I think it's on Gargon. Would be better. Okay, and then Proclamation. And this thing dies after the fight. So that's all I need to do, really. But I will still play a couple more spells just to get more buffs on my Siren, right? Might as well. And then skip. Okay. Well. Siphon. Yeah, well, that's pretty straightforward. Can't really do that much. So definitely do Frozen Lance. Well, should have actually done that first. Whatever. Do the Siphon, and then do some Mollusk Mages and stuff like that. Mollusk Mage there, Train Steward there, Train Steward there, skip. Alright, well, I can just use Proclamation and just kill this thing immediately, which I probably should do. Well, I'll just play Frenzied Swarm, actually. That should be enough, right? If I, like, fracture it, for example, or something. How can I play, like, more cards, potentially? I can play Deep Offering later. Let's say I play Deep Offering, Frozen Lance there, and I just Frenzied Swarm this thing. There's not enough. I need to kill it. Is it enough to kill it? I deal 20, 30, 40. I need 16 more damage. Okay, so I think Confused Lance has to happen on this floor, in fact. And then I cannot actually... Oh, I cannot play Frenzied Swarm if I want to Deep Offering as well. So I will have to skip it because it will discard my hand. So I will have to actually do Fracture on this thing. And then just Frenzied Swarm. And just forgo those two spells. Well, something like this. We should win anyway easily against the boss, so whatever. Hello. Well, currently it is winning. Fracture only triggers after combat ends, so it doesn't really help. So spikes are bad. Resolves are not important. So currently I think my idea would be to make my eel survive for longer. This would be the best I can do in terms of damage. And then just spam some Frozen Lances and stuff like that. Maybe Siphon. And in fact, I think I should do Siphon the last. Because as soon as I draw one of my Proclamations, well, the only one I think that is left, But as soon as I draw it, I'll just kill it if I have some spell weakness by the end of it on it. So just use Fractures. Alright, just Fracture 1. Fracture 2. Frozen Lance. Frozen Lance. And just do Energy Siphon still, but at the very end of it, so that next turn I can do some heavy damage. Something like this. Okay. And I can just kill it with Proclamation. Bam. That was the idea. Gold, gold, and some packs. Okay. Guardian's Amulet. Offering? Apply Sap 2 to enemy units. Offering? If discarded before the end of your turn, it will instead be played. And apply Sap 2. Very costly. Very costly. Discard Synergy. I don't have it. Well, I do have it. But it's actually, it's not really a Synergy. I do have a thing that discards my things. Well, I have Deep Offering. That actually is Synergy. And I also have Frenzied Swarm that also discards my hand. But that doesn't really help because it already applies Dazed. So like, why would I need Sap as well? Why would I need minus attack if they are stunned anyway? It is some synergy with my Deep Offering, but no. So yeah, I guess the idea is that it has a very high cost because it is meant to be discarded. But I don't really discard that much. Urchin Spines, Infused Consume, apply Spell Weakness 2 to enemy units. Consume is really good. I can actually get Spell Power from Consume. It's also Infused, which is also good. And Spell Weakness is like, decent. Unnamed Tome, Permafrost Consume, apply Silence to enemy units. Disables triggered abilities. What are those? Triggered abilities. Like, do spikes count, for example? I assume they should. Either of those is okay. I think consumes are pretty decent. Especially zero-cost consumes. Currently, I don't really have a lot of use for spell weakness, honestly. Well, that's not true. That's not necessarily true. Well, currently, yes, I don't have a lot of use for spell weakness. But proclamations are a thing. So I want to try and name Tome. I want to see what the silence does exactly. So I'll choose it. I don't have eggs. Skip. Ancient Resonance. Infused. Deal 5 damage to enemy units per echo. So the idea is that any spell power just gets added on top of it. That is good, actually. That is good. I will pick it. The reason is that it's not that is that strong of a spell by itself, but with spell power, that's like a small added bonus. But also, I do make damage spells cost cheaper, so it can actually be played for 1 mana potentially. And I do need some AoE. I need some way to get to the back lines, and I just don't have it at the moment. I just have Frozen Lances and that's it. So I will pick it. And also this, consume gains mana per echo charge? No. Just Resonance, let's go. Okay. Left, Artifact, Magic, and Caverns. Right, Units, Pyre Health, and Gold. Definitely left, not even a choice. Let's start with the Divine Temple. Sacrifice, -2 cost for a spell, +10 magic power and piercing. Doing all of those. Okay, good to know that those are the options. Let's see the... What do we start with? Artifact, I think? Wing Clippings. Spell cards with Consume have a 50% chance to be discarded instead. And I can replay them and gain more magic power. I feel like I have to take it. I have to take it now, right? I have to. It's not even that big of a, like... It's not even that strong, but you have to. Or at end of turn, apply Frozen to a random card in your hand. So it will not be discarded, and then you can play it later, but it's random. Yes, but it's at the end of turn, and by then you will not really have a lot of cards left. I think this is better overall. But I will take wing clippings because it's more fun. But I think if I wanted to like have more chances of winning specifically, I would pick Icicle instead. So let's go for, let's see first, just taking a look. Nothing that interesting, whatever. Just go for the caverns first, and then we'll get to upgrading stuff. 2 ornate chests have emerged from the thawing ice. Both chests have a strange lock mechanism that look like they could be picked with shards from the pyre. The more decorated chest might take a few more tries though. Do you break off some of your pyre to get what's inside? Lose health and get coins. I don't really need coins, that's the thing, but I will. I will. Just get all of it. Sure. It's not a good decision, by the way. It reduces my chance of winning overall. But I don't know. Maybe not. So, upgrade a spell to remove consume and cost +1. Something like this potentially is possible. It will still cost 0 for my... like, if it's played on the same floor with as where my champion is. Oh, this is there are a lot of interesting things that I can do. I can just do this to unnamed tome and then just do a -1 cost as well. That is really good. So what about this thing? +10 magic power and piercing. This has to be done to resonance. So good. It just kills everything pretty much. This has to happen. I need to press this button. Too good. -2 cost. Deep offering. Right? That's incredible. Yeah. Okay. And then sacrifice. I think one of the mollusk mages should be sacrificed. Maybe onto another mollusk mage even. To get like +20 magic power in one creature. Yeah. Right? Sounds incredible. Well, in fact, the thing is, I can instead sacrifice it onto the Ilgorgon. And then it would also have +10 magic power. And I can do some stuff with that, actually. Maybe I should, in fact. What else would I sacrifice onto it? I can just add health with my... Well, first of all, I have a spell for that. And second of all, I can just do some upgrade that adds health, right? So just sacrifice it onto... it's either Mollusk Mage or Gargon. It's either this or this. I think I'll try the Gargon with it. This sounds interesting. Okay. Something like this. And then... so yeah, I will actually upgrade the Tome, I think. And I will actually also make it cost cheaper. So it's still 0, but I can replay it. Also get +10 magic, +10 spell power. Maybe onto Proclamation again, right? Just get this one to be stronger overall. 150, why not? Let's go. And reroll, please. +20 magic power and consume. I actually don't want that anymore. I want to replay this thing potentially. I want this. I can't really play it there. And I don't really want to get rid of my frozen lenses as well. They are infused. They are actually decent. I do want them. Oh, and also permafrost. Okay. Wait. I'm definitely using this. We'll get there. What about spell cost? Definitely on something. Maybe like on Frenzied Swarm or something. Yeah, maybe something like this. This will happen. In fact, I probably should. And then honestly, Permafrost is maybe the best upgrade possible for me. There are so many cards I can apply it to. This is so good. I don't even know. All of them? Can I do it on all of them? Oh, they're all so good. Dazed is incredible if I can just keep it with me. Resonance is incredible if I can just keep it. Like, until I really need it, you know? Deep Offering is incredible if I can just draw Mulligan, basically, at any point when I need it. They're all just so good. I think it's Resonance, because my main problem as I see it would be just some waves of enemies that I cannot really deal with. And they will just kill my champion, and that's game over. And this will help me with Piercing. So, like, that ensures that I will have some mechanism of dealing with them, at some point at least. And also I have a book, Unnamed Tome. So it's either this or this. I just draw one of those, and they will help me with that. And if I can deal with them, like, the boss shouldn't really be a problem, right? I hope. Yeah, well, I do want Permafrost to like all of that, so... Let's start with the Resonance. Yeah, and I don't want to do this upgrade. This upgrade doesn't seem good. And card removal... Maybe at this point I should card remove one more Steward. I don't really care as much. But yeah, maybe. This improves my chances overall, I think, but I don't have to do that. Something like this anyway. Let's continue. So I'll get a random artifact if I agree on Spikes 4. I don't like Spikes 4 at all. Can I deal with Spikes 4? Oh, this will be rough. Actually, a good question. I might just die. I have a book, potentially. And I can buff health. Yeah, okay. It will be difficult, though. It will be difficult. But I will turn it on. I think this is doable. But I need to be careful. So, the idea is, most likely, I will not actually be able to deal with them. Let's say I play Siren. Okay. And then play a Frozen Lance and Deep Offering later. So maybe Energies... No. I need to set it up on the second floor, I think. Along with my champion. And just hope that I can deal with those people somehow with just Frozen Lances. I'll have one more turn for that. Okay, here's the plan, okay? Siphon. Unfortunately, it would have to be done to an enemy unit, yes, so it would have to be on this floor. This is kinda pointless for now, but maybe it will do something later. Frozen Lance. I have to play them on this floor. And then I do not want to play the Siren there. Instead, I want to play it on the second floor. And also play my champion. And then instead of playing Trained Steward, I want to Deep Offering on this floor to get my Siren buffed. I cannot play Eel Gargon. Well, it's either that I play Frozen Lance there, or I can play another Gargon on the in front of my current one, for example, right? And then play Frozen Lance to get some buffs. That would be the idea. And I just hope I can deal with them. Okay. Well, Fracture will allow me to kill this thing. No, actually, not really. Well, Mollusk Mage will allow me to kill this thing, so that's good. I can use Tome. But can I, like, not do that? How about I don't do that? Wait. Why do they die? Oh, they are not dying. Wait, why? What is happening? Oh, it's stealthed. Oh, I see. Okay, well, okay. Then a Mollusk Mage will be happening. I will just keep this thing then. That's okay. I'll just buff my champion. And then I guess I will apply Spell Weakness to this guy. It doesn't really matter. I kill either of them with my strong spells. So it's pretty irrelevant, honestly. Yeah. either of them is dead. And just do like a double fracture. Okay, it's dead now because of the reaps. And skip. Can kill them with Proclamation. I need to do that, I think, because I need to do some... Oh, this needs to be played there, I think. I can play it on the second turn, though, because it's frozen. It's not going anywhere. I can just spam some spells. Definitely play Proclamation. So, Proclamation. Here's the idea. I have 2 spells now that can be played to deal with those waves. It's Tome and it's Resonance. But those I just kill with Resonance, right? I don't need Tome for that. I'll just kill them with Resonance, that's fine. This thing, though, I cannot kill with Resonance, so I might just as well play the Tome, because it will never be useful in less than 2 turns away from there. Like, it will not be useful on this turn anymore, for sure, and on next turn as well, I don't need it. So I might as well just use it right now, see if it works. I don't think so, it doesn't even affect spikes. Okay. So it's not considered to be a triggered ability. Okay, well, sure. Frozen Lens, then? Frozen Lens. Then Fracture. And then I cannot actually play Frenzied Swarm. I'll need to skip that. Yeah, I cannot really do much, unfortunately. Well. I can kill them with Resonance. In fact, I don't see any scenario where that wouldn't happen. So, I guess. I also need to kill this thing. It probably happens with Proclamation. But realistically, though, how do I even do Proclamation there? I think it would have to be some sort of spell weakness stacked. Maybe like this one, for example. And then a Frozen Lens. I don't like to do it on this floor, but I have to. Because I need to kill it. And then I just do Resonance. They're all dead. Oh, I needed to like cast Siphon instead, goddammit. Okay. Oh well. Get my champion to survive a bit longer. And yeah, unfortunately I cannot do it anymore. So I'll just have to spell weakness this thing. Hopefully that helps somehow. Okay, last wave. So, you die. You die. Then you're siphoned. Okay. Then you're fractured. And then you also die. And then we get like some random train stewards that aren't really doing anything. Like this. And skip. Hello. I mean, I will play Gargon for now. Maybe. And can't attack or use any action or resolve abilities. Well, I'll just save my tome for later. No real reason to do anything. So I should play my Frozen Lances on this floor, in fact. Because they're not really doing anything. It's just some small damage onto the main guy. I'll just rather like buff my stuff instead. But I do want to apply spell weakness though. This needs to happen. And then like, I cannot discard. I do need my tome, so just skip for now. Oh, you're sweeping. Oh. Ew. I I can like Proclamation though. Well, it's dead anyway. But let's stack some more damage though. So, Unnamed Tome. Bam. Does it help? A little bit. Resonance is happening though. But first let's do... Probably not Echo Infusion. Echo Infusion should happen later. So, Fracture on the boss. Then I kinda have to do Proclamation to use my spell weakness stuff. Then it's Frozen Lens. Then it's the Ancient Resonance. And then it's a buff for my champion. Okay, that's the best I can do. And it's dead, so that's good enough. Firestone Housing. That is a random artifact that I was promised. What does it do? Ooh, units get an extra upgrade slot. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, collect. Orchin Spines. So apply spell weakness 2 to enemy units, and it's also a consume, so that is relevant. Another Unnamed Tome. No, too much of it. I don't need more. Guardian Stone. Infused. Incant. Apply armor 1 to friendly units. What if I sacrifice -5 attack? And Incant apply armor 1 to friendly units. I mean, I guess you can like get a lot of them and that would be strong, but let's go for Orchin Spines. Sounds okay. Okay, what is this? Forced Contamination. Extract 3 echoes. Apply melee weakness 3. So just for 1 attack, it will get more damage. It's not good, not good. Not for this deck. Soul Crushing Guild. Extract 3. Apply Dazed 3 to a unit. And move it to the back. No, irrelevant. I have Proclamation for something like that. I don't really need to move it in the back. I can move it into a graveyard. That is better. Ancient Resonance. Another one. Infused, by the way. I mean, it is decent, but I already froze my current resonance. Do I really need one more if I already have one frozen? It is decent. It's not bad. It's relatively cheap on the floor where my champion is. You know what? I will take it. It is decent. Okay, and I think I will actually cut it there. It's ring 6. I think sometimes I will try to fit like those runs into one video. Obviously that would be the preferred way of doing it. But you see, they can get very long. And in fact they might get like way longer towards the end. So sometimes I kinda will need to do that. Maybe it will get better as I get more familiar with the game. But like, in order for my like ability-making decisions to not be affected too much, I need to take some time on it, especially when I'm not as familiar with it, so kinda just how it has to be for now. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching, and we'll continue with this run in the next one.